Good morning, folks. Welcome back. Excuse me. Today, I'm thinking we're going to work on essentially a hobby workshop for one of the nobles. So, not really I don't know, full of industry space, but someplace where they would work on their own property, like a barn, workshop, man cave on the outdoors. Let's see. Go ahead and we'll use the root cube. And I think we're going to bring in a person to start with too. Um, let's see. Man, congestified. Come on. Move forward. Okay, so let's say we're kind of in a grow big or go home sort of vibe. So that's 10 feet tall for our ceilings. That's high though. I don't know if I want full on 10 feet tall ceilings. Let's do a 2.8. That feels better to me. So we're going to go in 2.8 scale cube. Okay. It's like 9 feet. And then E2.8. So we're going to do it in cubes, I think. We're going to go that far back too. Okay, and yeah, we'll take these out. That feels like a reasonably good size for the workshop proper. Then we're going to build a building on side of it. E2.8. Again. E2.8. Again, that looks cool. Okay. Then take these up. Second floor. Cool. Then can I split these? Yes, and yes. Okay. E2.8. GZ. Undo. G 2.8. GZ 2.8. There we go. That's what we want. Giving us that shape there. And then that shape there. That's looking like a reasonable form. We can certainly work with that. Trying to think if I want to do anything else to it. I think. Okay, let's knife this. And okay, let's knife that. And then merge last. Merge last. Yes. That works for me. We might do some more, but that's a good starting point. Let's go ahead and save. New 260610 workshop. Okay. Do I have it? I don't remember. I don't think you do. Let's go open a new Blender. Grab Housecraft. I believe that's what it's called. It's been a while since I've used it. Mass craft. 1.4. Let's see what we can get. Yeah, fine. Which one do we want? Logs, wood, brick, modern. I don't think we really want damage on this one. We may add some of our own. So let's do wood planks. Is that gonna work for us? Ooh, no. I don't know which one's this on this already. Wood planks. Okay. Copy objects. Let's come across, paste it. Sure. Now this, link materials, and link modifiers. Wow, pretty as a picture already. We're going to change it around though, obviously. Let's see. So first thing I think we want to do is, let's see. Take a look at it. Cool. I'm going to turn off our geometry nodes. Back to materials and edit. And first thing, don't we have a roof, do we? Let's see. This can be awning. I'm not sure how that's going to work. Assign. And then put a door here. And then windows, kind of all around that. Now let's, just for funsies, put a chimney here. Turn it back on. Okay. Yeah, it's doing that thing again. I don't know why it does this. I've certainly seen it happen before. I wonder. Shift N. Recalculate normals. Inside. Does that fix it? No. I don't know why it wants to put those up there on the top like that. But honestly, it's kind of going to work for us anyway. We'll just edit it. Window, random windows on, off. Okay, I don't see our door though. Doors. Where's my door? That should be a door. I wonder. Let's just see if we need to move that. Yes. Give it a bit more space so it has room for a door. Kind of a shitty door, but again, it gives us a place to edit it and change it. So I'm okay with that. We're going to adjust a lot of this. We're just trying to get a starting point. Windows are good though. This is supposed to be artificially rustic anyway. It's kind of like the old school Marie Antoinette. Random chimneys off. Yes, we just want the one. Lamps off. We're not old school. Ladders. I don't really want a ladder either. I can always add my own later. Inner wall on. Yes. Okay. Take a look. Doing okay there. I think I want to do, well, again, I think we're just going to edit it. Kind of okay with that. We don't need any damage. Don't need trash. Realize instances on. That should, he's done a really good job of this one, to say. I'm really impressed with this. I've always been really impressed with this guy's modifier. Roof type. Wood shingle roof? No. Tile roof. Tile roof's kind of neat. Asphalt singles roof. Let's see. Which one do we like better? That's kind of the most modern looking. Looks like ass up there on the top, but doesn't it? I'm gonna go with that because it kind of works the best with our corners. As random as that is. Where'd chimney go? Oh, it's there. It's gonna make sure I did a Control A rotation scale. That's better. I had not scaled it. Thought that might have been the problem as I got to thinking about it. Okay, so that's cool. Doing pretty well here. Window seed. It doesn't really matter. We'll go with that one. I'm kind of all right with it. Wish I could get maybe this or the, what you call it, shutters on all of them. Let's look and see if we can find them because I'm sure I know how to do it. Assets. Doors. Log windows. Not log. Wood plank windows. That's it. We like the open shutters, I think. Well, open and closed shutters. We're just going to delete this one. Let's see if that fixes our house. Bet you it does. Yeah, everybody's got shingles now. Some are open, some are closed, or shingles, shutters. Some are open, some are closed. Perfect. I like my chimney. Let's see what the doors look like, because we can adjust that. Which one is this? Modern door, right? Okay. So if we take that, modern plank doors, modern brick doors, I don't know what the difference is. I don't really know. We're going to go with Modern plank door. Copy it. And we're going to go with where's this door? Old doors. Paste. And we're just going to delete these three. And I betcha did that fix it? Where are we? Yep, you got a better door in there now. Just adjusting. Cool. So we got the door we wanted. We got the windows we wanted. I'm all right with the chimney. That's fine. It doesn't really need to be there at all, but maybe I'll get rid of it entirely. Materials, white default, assign. We could create a porch, but I don't think I want one. I think we are just going to go with that as our starting point. Cool. Anything after this, we'll adjust. But let's just, because I want to be sure. I don't want to get rid of anything if we can't use it. Shift D, move it, new collection, old, turn off old. Now we take this and apply all. Great. Doing well. Okay. Let me see what the heck I'm doing. Let's edit this thing. I like those pieces, but I don't necessarily want them here. P, separate by section. And for right now, I think I'm just going to move up against the back wall. Just in case we want them later, because they are cool. Cool. Then this bad boy here. And just get rid of these things. We don't want them. It's a bit of cleanup. Probably going to do a bit more. Cool. Don't need any of that. Don't really want this wall here. Cool. Don't really need any of that stuff there. Don't really need any of this either. This is kind of weird. I guess those inner walls, but I didn't really like the way they turned out. Just need to try though. So let's just clean up our geometry. Much cleaner. Now, so the thing to remember about this whole set is this is cosplay. This is this guy place where he gets to pretend to be rustic versus actually have to do anything. So we just need to remember that. Let's see. EZ 2.8. Cool. Where are we working here? We're in collection. Just going to move all these to M tab. Get out first. Move all those new collection to structure. I got a whole bunch of these. Unfortunately, they're going to annoy me, but whatever. I almost want to take the whole thing and then I'll move it to a new file and not have to worry about that old stuff. But it's all right. We'll deal. Okay. And here, tab. That is what material, rustic wood tile, select. Select. Okay. P section. Grab them. M nuke collection. 00 ceiling. Is that put in the top or the bottom? I can't remember. At the bottom. Okay, so we're just going to go at the bottom no matter what. Okay, cool. Select all the roof grid. Yeah. P section. M ceiling. Great. Now we can kind of see what the heck we're doing better. Let's just do one more. Just in case you want to go into there. I don't know what we do. Ceiling. And save. So now we have our hollowed out structure again that we can kind of start playing with and making look a bit more high tech on the inside too. So the first thing I think we're going to do is put a door on this one leading into the house proper. Yeah, there. Shift A. We're in structure, right? Yes. Mesh, arc mesh, door. Great. RZ90. Cool. We may never open it, so I'm not going to worry too much about it right now, but cutting it out till we need to. Save. So we got a door there. Now we need some working stuff. And we got to basically fill this area, and then we got to do the outside. Which do we want to do first, the outside or working stuff? Well, let's do the outside at least a little bit first. Shift A, mesh, circle, radius of 50. 50 is more than we're going to need. Let's actually make it 50 this way. There we go. That's what I wanted. Fill. Move it to new collection. 00 ground. Great. Okay. And down just a little bit to like there. That's cool. We have ground. Now we're going to put like some kind of back border on us just to make sure we can't see through it and around. Not sure what yet. Beyond also just the shield, which will help us with that too. I need to remember that. We don't have to stress too much. Okay. So there we go. Now, we need a good work table. Let's see. Do I have a good table I want to use already? Let's see. Again, something like this becomes almost as much set decoration as it is modeling. It's just like, let's find the good stuff to fit in it. Table. bigger. I can't see you. Some folded tables. Wooden tables. I feel like I want something a little bit more industrial. But I think we could start with something like this. Let's see what it looks like. It's a very wood table. I don't hate that. I kind of want like a big old bench. Workbench. Let's see if I have a bench. Those are just benches, no workbench. Well, I think we'll just make our own. We can use this table to get our height and stuff from. Mesh. Plain. Cool. Let's see. I'm gonna make it a bit bigger than that, just because. Out to there. Cool. Take this. Let's just make it one. All the way across to there. Okay, something like that along that side. And we're going to Q, add modifier solidify. Take it down. Let's see how much. 0.025. It's a 1-inch table. Let's do a 2-inch table. 2-inch counter there. Cool. Apply all. I do like this table, so I think we'll keep it, move it out somewhere. Like that, maybe. Yeah, something like that. Now, this thing needs some structural support, legs, even if we assume it's built into the back wall. Let's do 5 sections. Bevel that out, 0.075. Cool. 7. Do. Something like that. Great. Cool. It does not immediately touch, but let's just stretch it a bit since we're kind of just messing around anyway. Does that touch? Yeah, I think it's close enough. Just going to edit it. Tab. That one does. Cool. That one's perfect. This side. I don't want it to go out of our building just in case. Good enough for me. Save. And I could bevel it, I suppose. Q, actual physically bevel it this time versus just using the material. That looks all right. And then let's give it, just because I feel like giving it a material right now. What material? I think metal sheeting plain gray might work. Take a look. Almost looks wood. Just because it's picking up reflections, but let's see. UV editing, what's that looking like? All right, I see. R90. See if that's better. Yeah. That looks cool. This is actually another material. It's not really using that. It's just because the original one came from, before I modified it, came from big, medium, small. That's why it has that on there. But that looks cool. Right. Now, the next thing I want to do is bring in a horse. I want him to have a robot horse. Just because I think it'd be cool. So, excuse me. All right. I exported one from Daz just because it was a good horse model that I had already. So let's bring it in. I think it's an OBJ. Yeah. There we go. One horse model that we can play with now. We can do fun things to him. The first thing we're going to do to him is probably decrease his poly count. Yeah, let's do that. So he is right now 152,000. Let's cut him down. Quad remesh, mirror X to 25,000. Let's see if that works. Yeah, it's much less detailed. Good. Cool. I mean, actually, I want to get rid of these eye things anyway. Okay, let's just do it this way. That's everything but those, right? Yeah. Oh, and the eye, but we're going to mirror it. Okay. There is our horse. Do we want to have ears? The robot horse? I don't think the robot horse is going to have ears. It's going to be sleeker than that. Let's see. This is going to be a pain, right? X faces. Get rid of that. Cool. Fill. Better. I'm just going to do it again. Where's my original horse? Just going to delete that. This horse. Remesh it. Yeah. Makes it even smaller, which is fine. Looks good. Because now we can mirror it. I'm going to select all that and Shift Q. We're not going to spend a tremendous amount of time on this, but I do want it. Turn off dynamic scale, random panels, radial. Radial's pretty cool, actually. To kind of into that. Let's just try a couple different ones just to see, but I think I might like that better around the eyes. Yeah, I think I do. Cool. We'll go ahead and we'll use that. Which means let's just come back to the original and delete those vertices. Keep the eyes. Okay. Let's come to him again. Tab and just this piece. L. There we go. Let's see what happens if we panels depth of minimum depth of 0.002, maximum depth of 0.002. Take this into smaller. That is pretty cool. Come back. Good deal. I like having that around the eye. Sharpen. Okay. And just join with that. And then our eyes are there. We can do more to this boy in a second, but I think that's fine for right now. I don't really think we need to give him anything weird for eyes, although we could. But we've had eyes like this in robots before, so that's okay. Materials-wise, I don't know what we want to give him. We could try distressed hull. See how we feel about it. It's kind of cool looking. And then the eyes. We could just do like a glass. Beer glass seems good. First, I need to remove unused slots. It's just the hoof, right? Okay. All that's left is that beer glass. Great. We have our robot horse now. Of course. Let's keep playing. This wall here is just going to be its own thing. I think that can be interesting. Let's just see. Not insert. Damn it. Undo. Add material. It's kind of neat, actually. Let's go to our light exposure and just take it to 8. I want to be able to see better. Yeah, that looks neat. I think we're going to go with that. It would do something different if I UV'd it, actually. So I got to remember not to UV it. We'd lose those panel lines, but that's cool. It's just because I stretched it, but it works. So, okay. So we've got our horse here, and we're going to go look at some of Ian's stuff because he has a bunch of stuff for putting on things like this. Sadly, they are now all out of organization. I used to have them all in folders, and then somehow my asset library completely collapsed, which sucked. Just gonna look through here, find some stuff to put on tables and walls and all that kind of thing here. And it's gonna remind me that I really should fix this. Mhm. Yeah, really should fix this. Quite annoying. Oh well. First thing let's do is put a motor here. We're not going to worry too much about this stuff being anachronistic, if it's high tech enough or not. Because it's just pretty much going to be background stuff. That's an interesting thing. We just want lots of like bits on this table. That's kind of neat. I like that. I swear I thought I had like a whole thing. That's okay though. There's this cyborg repair guy. This is funny. This has got a guy on it, but maybe we can adjust it. Let's see. It's definitely interesting. Can we edit it? L. Delete him entirely. Delete that. No. Undo. Where is that? Cyborg repair. It's all in armature. Select hierarchy. M, new collection, working. Okay, now all this stuff, Control A, all transformations. Great. Alt P, clear parent. Did we lose it all? Yeah, we did. It's not bad though. Undo. I actually want to check to see what the scale is on that. 1.775. Oh, they're all different. Okay, that's fine then. Clear parent. and keep transformation. There we go. That's what we wanted. Cool. We got stuff. This is a way to get a bunch of stuff in here. I don't always recommend using somebody else's stuff like that, but in this case, we're going to do it. Where's that guy? There's his legs. We don't want that. That's the whole table, though, isn't it? Okay. We're just going to have to do it the old-fashioned way then. It's kind of fun. Mesh. Cube. It makes you feel better about using his stuff if I change it anyway. Go across there. Here. There we go. Exact solver options, hole tolerant. There we go. Apply. Okay. That gives us some fun stuff already. Okay. Very cool. All that. Where's this one? I think it's structure. Am working. Okay. So those things got in a different place. Interesting. Well, actually, we can work with that. Maybe that's better. GY. Let's just use these parts. This is fun. Let's get rid of the light first. Don't need that. And the hardest part with any 3D thing is typically filling it up. Just getting the right amount of stuff. Still haven't got all that. Chances are all those cylinders. That's fine. Yeah. I grab it all. Where are we? What was that? Why is it not letting me grab it? There we go. Still being a pain in my ass. Okay, fine. Fuck you. Oh, there's so much in there. Cyborg repair. Just gonna actually like that though, damn it. Let's get rid of all the Nate's head stuff. So what happens? You try to do something, you're like, oh, I'll be smooth. Yeah, no. Skull. No. Does look good though. Let's move that to working. Right, that's all in working. Yes. Select objects. Mute. Okay. Cool. Now I can just get this. There we go. Bring that down to my table. Bring that up to my table. Okay. And then again, come back to here. Let's just grab these things. I don't know what they are, but you know, hey. GZ down. GY in. It's going to mount to that table like that. That thing. These are just weirdo things. Put them down. Did I miss one? Yeah. Cool. I don't know what that is. A light. I'm just going to get rid of it for right now. But that there is really cool. I like that. Let's see. Hide. Hide. Let me get rid of these eyeballs. Great. And hide. Let's see if we can't keep using Ian's stuff. Let's see if we can't. Cool. That's that whole thing, right? Yes, it is. I think we're going to, again, good. This minus. There we go. Apply our Boolean. Get rid of that useless cutter. And that'll go like that. That's fine. I like those kind of going up against the edge there. And we can tweak them a bit more if we want to. Depends how tight we want to be on it. We're gonna have to cover stuff up anyway because it's some weird, crappy 3D scans, but they feel good. Yeah, it just feels good. We're definitely going to use other stuff too, but let's grab these things. Put them in front of that. Great. I can see how garbage they are, but up close, but from the back, it's fine. Looks great. It just gives us that sense of realism. That's what 3D scans are great for. Much more so than modeled stuff often. So that's that whole, we've now taken that apart and I like it. We can duplicate this because it's cool. Definitely. Like that. Let's just keep throwing more grungy shit on here. I know I've got some stuff of mine to use too. But let's keep playing here first. Beast. Oh, it's a beast. The other thing to remember is this is all going to be under fairly dark too. We'll line up against the wall. Yeah. Literally just smash it into our table. That's fine. No biggie. We'll throw a few other things in here in a bit, and that'll be cool. Cable cluster up on the wall, I think. Yeah. Something there. Cool. All right. Let's go with some of my stuff, just because, you know. A lot of this is very old. I kind of went through a phase where I made a bunch of this kind of thing, and then I haven't done a lot of it since. Which I should get back to doing more of. I haven't 3D scanned in a while. Here's my shelf. I did this from a hardware store. Speaking of garbage, it's absolute garbage mesh, but it looks cool. Yeah, it really does. Trying to see how high up it is. Maybe I'll put that over here. That might go better here than that thing there did, actually. Get the price tags out of the way. That is cool. I can move that over here, even forward a bit. We gotta fix that melting part here, just hide it. And I want to turn our roof back on too, just to see what that's going to look like. Skull. Okay, that's nothing. We can just get rid of it. Like, I don't want a skull. Ceiling on. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, that's working nicely. Let's turn off our ceiling again. That should be in working, right? Yeah. Let's stay there for right now. Um, this is a fun thing, right? Let's see if this actually worked. It's been so long. Mhm. Yeah. So this is a film monitor rig that I just scanned when I was on Prom Pact, I think. But it's super cool. Kind of a fun little object. We can bring it down. Mhm. And we'll line it up here against the wall. Yeah, that's fun. Okay. And more fun things. What else we got? Excuse me. This is kind of a neat thing. It's big. We can always shrink it down. It's kind of a size independent thing. Let's bring it down. I'll kind of line it up here. Like it has something to do with powering the horse, maybe. Lights are going to be helpful too. Okay. That's cool. Let's take this thing here. Excuse me. Cool. Scale it down. I really want a mix of like clean and dirty across the board. This thing. Cool. Pick it up a bit. Give that other thing room to breathe. Right on. Now, we have used the super toroid many times, but the super toroid is awesome, so we're going to use it. I think we're going to hang it from the ceiling. Mhm. Kind of line it up right down the middle, roughly. And turn it on. Cool. And good deal. Tab. Let's see. Shift G, coplanar. No? Can it not work for me? No, fine, we'll just do it this way. No. Must not be very unified. So old. Sometimes it's fun to come back to your like old assets though. There we go. E up. I don't actually want to penetrate the ceiling, but close. That's good enough. We're never going to look up to see that it doesn't fit in the center. I don't think. I do have to fix it later, but I think for the purposes of what we want, that will be good. Let's take a look. I mean, it's dark anyway. You can't really see it, but we're going to put more light in here. But yeah, this is coming along. So I like that we have this as our sort of larger workspace, and then this is like the garage for the horse, basically. It's kind of fun. I think we do need some lighting. Let's get rid of our ceiling. And actually, let's bring, no, our ceiling is just, right, yeah. That's the tiles. It's just those things. We want to do something off of that. I mean, we could. Or we could duplicate it. Let's duplicate it. Let's see. Object, set origin to geometry. Great. And G Shift X. Actually, let's not do that yet. I think a better way to do that would be Q array. Cool. Constant offset. We'll go with a 1. And can I do -1? Is that going to be too much? Is that all right? It's actually not bad. I think that'll work for us. Three. Now we're going to take that whole thing and just slide it over to there and down like that. Cool. Mirror it. There we go. So that's our structure. Cool. We can actually fix this thing now a little bit. So it lines up even better. Good. Now this bad boy here, if we edit it, inset up. Let's just first off remove any slots. I don't want it to be old pillars. I think I want it to be, might be a stress tall actually. Cool. Plus assign, and that's going to be lighting. White, cool. Let's go with cool for right now. Mhm. Yes. Cool. So we just created some beam lighting across the top. It's very simple, but I think it works for us. Helps give us a sense of what we want. And I don't think we're going to finish today, which is kind of cool because it means we're going to get the chance to do some really specific things tomorrow on this one, which would be cool. But I'm just going to kind of remember that for myself. Okay, here. Door material. I think I might want to make that dirty. Panels, add material. Cool. Yeah, that's good for that. And the door itself is going to be dirty paint. I don't even mind the blue, actually. Kind of works for us. Hey, Michael. Yeah. It's kind of just been old school. We've just been building this. I haven't done anything what I would call super exciting, but it's getting there. I want to deliberately try to leave the outside for tomorrow because there's a few things I kind of had some ideas that I wanted to do. So let's keep playing with just filling up into here. Where's my little tablet? There's my tablet. Throw a tablet on that. I want an outdoor workshop. I know, right? I do too. Um, what do we want to look in? I don't think Cyberpunk had anything. I'm just trying to see if I got some cool assets that I haven't thought of in a while to use. And I know I do because that's just what happens, right? You're like, oh, I have all these assets that I never think to use. Um, that's a really neat shape. It's supposed to be a traffic light, but can we use it for something else? Because it's really cool looking. And damp and kind of cold sometimes too. But it could be an outdoor workshop like this that you could like, roll up the sides of the walls and otherwise bring it down. That would be nice. I could be into that. Oh, I didn't need a 4K. Let's undo. Go back. Oh, it's huge. Which is cool, but I think I just want the 2K version. And let's put it here, just so I can see it. Could always make it outside too. I now said I'm not going to put stuff outside, but it's not what I meant. That's not what I meant. It is pretty cool looking. Maybe let's just leave it outside. like here. How do I feel about it? I actually don't think it's going to work for me there. Can I scale it down? Yes. I do think I want it, but I don't want it outside like that. Let's turn off ceiling. That's cool. That I think will work. Outside is just a little too present for what we're looking for, but that gives us something fun. It doesn't read as shrunk either, which is good. That reads like that could be that sized. Probably want to attach some cables and stuff to it, but you know, we'll keep going. But I do like. Then let's use this one here. Try it anyway. Yes, that side, now the side. There we go. Cool. Again, this whole space, I'm reminded of Marie Antoinette's peasant village in Versailles. Like it's peasant Disneyland, and that's what this is for this guy. This guy wants to be, you know, I'm an, inventor and play outdoors. No, really, you're just a rich bastard. But it's got to have that kind of like clean sense of hyper reality, and I think we're getting there for that. It's what I want. And it's a bit of a tricky thing because you're trying to show two things at the same time. Oh, I like the lighting. And have them both be true so that you get that sense of falsehood as a truism of the story, but a falsism inside the thing. Yeah, pretty much. He's maybe even a bit more than that. Like, but he never has to deal with the dirt, we'll put it that way. Oh, I was going to put something in front of that melty part there, right? Let's do that. Something. I don't know. It's tricky. It's not an easy showing falsehood in a truism. I find interesting. One of the more fun things to try, but it's not always straightforward. You could do just a box. Let's just do this box here. Cool. Essentially, we're just covering up that melty bit. I'm going to scale it up a bit. Yeah, that works. Not going too far. Let's shrink it down again. Having not made it bigger, let's shrink it back down again. Cool. Nice. I'm going to take this wires thing because it's just ugly and I love it. It's way too big, obviously. But that's fine. I like that there, which means I don't really want it to stick out. So we're going to have to do another Boolean or just add it. But I think a Boolean is probably the fastest. Mesh cube. There we go. That minus. Cool. And apply. Great. I don't mind it going behind the other stuff. That's fine. But I don't want it going outside. Not really clear what it's sticking on or any of that kind of thing. But again, not a big deal. We're fine there. I like it. Then pipes. Good pipe. Industrial zone, cables and wires, set dressing. What we want to use. That's probably a lot, but let's do it. Try it. See how we feel. Cool. Beautiful. I'm liking it. Let's see what our ceiling's looking like. Okay, I'm just gonna give our ground a color just so we can sort of see it. Muddy. Nice. I think it needs to be EV'd. Smart EV project. Yes, it does. It's definitely working though. I like the mud. This is where we're at so far. Um, Nearing the end of what I want to do today because I want to think about it before we really dive into making it really unique and special as much as we can anyway with stuff. I feel like it's working nicely though. Those parts there are certainly doing what they need to do. We could even duplicate this. Bring that over here again. No one's going to notice it's the same, I don't think. Particularly if we put something here in front of that sign, which is the one sort of duplicate thing. We could actually, first off, SX minus 1. No, undo. Control A, rotation scale. Apply. SX minus 1. There we go. Mirroring hides a lot of sins. Cool. And then we're going to come back to me. Find just a cool part. Something neat. Heavy tack here. S.1. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Okay, we like it, but object set origin 3D cursor. Okay, still way too big. There we go. Now we want to put on that one, right? No one needs to know that it's actually still going underneath the ground there. And we're going to make it, we could do distressed hull. Let's try it, but I think I might try something else too. Distressed hull is going to give it a neat, like, patina though. Yeah, all right, we'll go with that for right now. Gonna actually scale it up a bit more. Bring it down so that touches as well. Thank you. Someone had to say it. You missed the first usage of it, so, you know. All right. I feel like this is going to be a pretty good place to stop. Yeah, I'm glad we covered up that sign again, but now we got stuff underneath there. And you totally don't recognize that those are the same thing unless you like really look at it, which is fine. We made our base house using Housecraft, then we applied it and started modifying it, like making the interior wall. We did modify our Housecraft to use different doors and windows than it was trying to tell us to do. We got our Robo Horse. Again, pretty plain right now, but we can do more with him tomorrow. Feeling good about him. We took some of Ian's stuff and cut it apart, and then some of my own stuff, but added all across here on the back. And I feel like that's working. Feeling pretty good about what we got done today. Tomorrow, we need to do the exterior parts around here and really add a lot of uniqueness to this. So it's not just cutting and pasting other people's objects together, which is where we're at right now, which is a fine place to be at this stage, but not a fine place to end up at, in my opinion. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, hope it was fun, interesting, whatever. Michael, glad you made it before the end. I will be back again tomorrow, and I think we'll probably finish this up then. Take care, everybody. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you later. Okay.